Hello boys and girls, I am Auntie Karine, your teacher, and today I'm going to continue on my sets of letters that share the same sound. Recently I did OW and OU, so today I'm going to do AU and AW, and I'm going to introduce you to the sound that these pair of letters make. And here they are, AW and AU. Does anybody know what sound that these pair of letters make? Good try. But the sound for AW and AU is aw. Aw. Make the sound aw. So now that we know that these pairs of letters says aw, how are we going to tell when it is in the word? Which of them is in a word? Now I'm going to start with AW first. Now, a word that has aw at the end normally has AW. If the word has aw sound at the end, it normally has AW, as in the word law. Law. So we hear the aw sound at the end of the word for law. Let's do another aw. Let's put this letter. And what's this letter? R. And R says so let's sound it with the aw. 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 Raw. The word is raw. And we can now, boys and girls, let's look at these AW words and tell me what you see. Now remember, I said firstly that when you hear the aw sound at the end of a word, it's normally AW. Look at this. Do you see any AW at the end of any of these words? That's why I tell you English language is so complicated. But there's a next rule for this. Now, normally in a word that you hear the aw sound and there is a K, N, or L at the end of the word, a single K, N, or L at the end of the word, then it's AW. You normally use AW. Let me repeat. The rule says that at the end of a word that you hear the aw sound, you use AW. But in some words where the aw sound is not at the end, but the letter K, N, or L is at the end of the word, then AW follows them, goes in the middle. Because AW is in the middle of words too, and AU is in the middle of words too. So an easier way to find out if it is AW or AU or sound is in the word, you look for the K, the N, or the L, and then it is the AW that would go there. It applies for these rules. So look for K, N, or L, and then you will know that it's AW. Now let's sound these words. This is letter H, and A and W says aw. H says, and the K says k. So we're going to put those sounds together. Aw. Aw. And what is the word? Hawk. Very good. Let's do this one. Aw. O. The word is fawn. What is the word? Fawn. And let's do this one. C and R says cur, 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 o, l, k, o, l, crawl. Word is crawl. And if you notice here, AW starts this word. But guess what? What is at the end? The L. That is why AW, because when there's an L at the end of the word and you hear R, then it's normally AW. So let's sound. R, full. R, full. And this word is R. This word is R. And as you can see, there is no L, no N, no K, but still it is at the beginning. So the rule does not apply in this one. But you just have to know, you just have to study them. Use them as sight words. Now we're going to move on to AU. And remember the sound? R. Now, when do we use AU? So AW is used at the end of words when you hear R. So when do you think we use AU? Very good. At the beginning. So we use AU at the beginning of words when we hear the R sound. At some words when we hear the R sound. And it also is in the middle of words. So you see, both of them come into the middle of word, but you just have to know them, and based on the context that it is used in, based on their meaning, then you will know if it is AW and AU. Now let's make some AU words. Alright, so we're going to start with the beginning. I'm going to do them in syllables. Let's sound. O, D, B. Now audible is a big word, so I separate them, separate the parts, put them in parts so that we can pronounce them. O, D, B. And the rule applies here. The R sound is at the beginning of audible, so you use AU. Now let's do another AU. And what word is that? Auto. Auto. So this is A and this is to. Auto. So the AU rule applies to this word because the R sound is at the beginning of that word. Alright, let's do another big word, and we're going to break it into syllables. R, to, mo, right. See that big word? See how many parts it has? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what we do with big words, boys and girls. When you see a big word like this, you break it into parts. Let's say the parts. A, to, mo, line. A, to, mo, line. And what's the word? Automobile. And sometimes we say automobile, but it's automobile. And see the R, where is it? And here we have some more R letters, R words. And as you can see, the R sound is in the middle of these words. So remember, I say AW and AU can be in the middle of words. But for AW, you look for the L, the N, and the K. And for AU, They don't have any L, N, or K. So you use A, U. So let's sound. On, ch. On, ch. The word is launch. The word is launch. Oz. Oz. Cause. And this is B. Oz. B. Oz. Because. And here, the beginning letters for this word are August, August, August. So boys and girls, you just have to get familiar with these words, practice them, study them. Parents play games with them so they can remember them, because it's not all the time that the rules apply. So they just... Now here is an activity, my bright boys and girls. Now these are spelling activity. This is a spelling activity for AU and AW. And as you can see, I have two trees. One is the AU tree and one is the AW tree. Now look on the words. These are the apples on the trees. Now some of these apples have words that are incorrectly spelled with the AU and the AW letters, the R sound. Now it is your job to pick only the apples that have the correct spelling for AU or AW, and you pick the apple by giving it a tick. Tick. Alright, so I'm going to remind you of the rules. Whenever a word starts with the R sound, you normally use AU. Whenever a word, so let's do this R tree. Now whenever a word starts with the R sound, we normally use AU. So let's look at these words and see which one of them is correct. Here is a word with the AU at the beginning. Auto. Now is this word correct? Yes. So we pick it. So we give it a tick. We want that to happen because it's correct. Now let's look at this word. It's at the AW is at the beginning of this word. And there is no L, there is no N, there is no K at the end. So is this word correct? It's supposed to be audio. Is this correct for audio? Nah. So we exit out. We don't want that apple. I'm not going to eat that apple. That apple is bad. Alright. Now let's go to another word. Cause. Cause. Now look at the word cause and let's see if it is spelled correctly. C-A-U-S-E. Is it spelled correctly? Is the correct AU in the middle? Yay! Correct. Alright, so let's go over the AW tree. Now let's look at the apples for AW. Now the rule for AW is that when the word ends with K, N, or L, then you normally use AW. And AW also is normally at the end of a word, the R sound. Now let's look and see. Ark. And what letter is at the end of the word? K. So is this word correct? Yes! Yes! Very good. Because K is at the end of the word. And we normally use AW for R, the R sound, when K is at the end. So we pick this apple. We give it a tick. Nice. We want that apple. Alright, let's go to the next word and see what letter is at the end. What letter is at the end? N. And what the rule says? When the word ends with N and there is a R in the word, we use a W. That's what we normally use. So is this word correct? Very good. Let's sound it. N. Tick. Very good. Now let's go to this one. AU is at the end of this word. And the rule says when R comes at the end of a word, we normally use a W. So is this correct? Nah, it's supposed to be raw. Raw. But is this the correct spelling for raw? No. So we don't want this apple. Wrong. So we're not going to eat this apple. So, ta-da! Very good. Nice job. You're learning to spell words. So continue practicing to spell, man. So again, I've come to the end of another lesson with my pairs of letters that make one sound. I hope you have learned something new and you apply it to your spelling and also to your reading. I am Auntie Karine and thank you so much for subscribing to me on YouTube. I'm now at 140. Thank you so much. And remember to follow me on Instagram and I'm also on Facebook. For now, boys and girls, read, read, read. Bye.